Folks, we have breaking news.
It's true.
Al's a gamer now.
Oh no. Oh no. Yikes.
It's true. Who know? What can we do to stop her? She's out of control.
Oh no.
Unstoppable now.
Oh no.
She has ascended.
Oh no.
It's too powerful. Oh, man. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Season Anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady M.
Hello, hello.
This is episode number 290. And we're talking about one of, if not the most popular video games in the entire world.
Yeah.
Could hazard to say. You could argue that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Al, what's Fortnite?
It's a video game.
Okay, well, there you go. We did it.
The end.
Easy. All right, well, let's go do this for this week's episode. So if you'd like more from us.
Oh man. Dude, we played 2 hours of it or something?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot to that game.
There's a lot to that game, which was unexpected for me. I did not expect there to be so much happening at once.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. It's overwhelming at times.
Yes, 100%.
Especially if you're coming in brand new, you're just like, what is happening?
Can't confirm.
It's a whole bunch to it.
Yeah, because I came in brand new to it, and I was like, what is happening?
You're just like, I'll just follow Jared, and he'll take me to safety.
Yeah, basically. I did some blaps at people occasionally.
You did? You ran some people over?
I did do that.
Oh, man. So, yeah, as a part of Al's eventual fishing streams,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, you should play Fortnite because there's fishing in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And your thought was that you needed someone dumb to play as in Fortnite.
Yes.
Or someone real goofy to play as in Fortnite. Because obviously...
They would be funny.
Yeah, because obviously Fortnite is a thing that it's has so much cross promotion with so many different forms of media and so many different properties that you can very much do that. That is a thing you can do in this.
It is a thing you can do.
And luckily for you, there was a certain character in the battle pass this season that you could play. You could get through a certain quest named Indy Jones.
Dr. Indiana
Doc
Jones.
Jones.
Thank you very much.
Doc Jones. So yeah, that we've been waiting for those to come out, and eventually they did, and I made Al play some Fortnite.
Yep. Yeah, this was my first time playing Fortnite. So I guess that's the name of the episode. Al's first time playing Fortnite. Yeah. I got through the help of Jared, my best pal, sultry Indiana Jones now.
Yep.
And so once the fishing streams actually happen, I will be fishing as sultry Indiana Jones.
It's going to be very funny.
It's gonna be real good.
You can take selfies as Indiana Jones as well now.
Yeah, that was. He does this weird hip pop out pose.
It's real good.
It's really good. It's well, he's getting all these likes because he's sultry Indiana Jones.
It's true.
It's that sleeve that's missing. It just does it for people.
Mm-hmm. It's true. That's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
What was your thoughts coming into this? Because obviously, like you said, you had not played this. You're not really a battle royale game person.
I'm 100% not.
I'd assume you probably haven't really played any of these before.
No, this is my first time.
Yeah. So what was it like? I guess experiencing this game in particular, and also this genre in particular for the first time and getting that experience finally.
I was terrified.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, everyone's going to want to murder me. And that came into fruition at one point where we were both playing together and people just kept murdering us over and over and over. And I was like, what the heck?
I think this game does a smart thing where the first couple of games you play, it slowly introduces the game to you by like having you play more with like bots than like actual people. So like you're not just like diving into the deep end immediately
Right.
in terms of like just getting destroyed every like 5 seconds. So we were able to win 3 games back to back to back because we had the easier lobbies essentially,
Mm-hmm.
which was very nice. But like, yeah, eventually we got into like the actual like, oh, this is where actual people are playing now,
Yep.
sort of deal, and that obviously became a little tougher and everything. But like, I do think that's a smart idea, especially it's like because the way this game is and marketed, like a lot of people are going to come to this and like probably not have the experience with this genre, or maybe even like with most games in particular. So like it just helps kind of ease people in a nicer way than, you know, just being like, all right, go at it, which that's basically how I think this game was originally launched essentially.
Oof.
So yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm not a like shooter person in
Right,
general.
yeah.
I do better with like third person, so I was at least okay here.
Mhm.
Um, but like I'm not really good at that. It's not really like the thing that I do. I'm also just not really competitive.
Yeah.
Which is an odd thing to say because I sometimes think of myself as competitive, and then I'm also just like, what ifs. Um, but yeah, I legitimately was terrified. um, so I'm glad that like I had you there to like protect.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would have been a real sad situation.
Yeah.
I would not play these games if it weren't for the idea of fishing.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the only reason I was able to rope you into this.
Also,
Um,
apparently there are evil sharks that eat buildings.
you did see a shark just dive out of a house, which was real funny.
Why was it trying to eat the house?
I'm guessing there was like someone there and it was trying to attack that person.
I've
So it was
never.
just like chomp the house.
It was so weird.
Um, yeah. I will say I think as well like this game does good things in terms of like it's not necessarily you have to play it super competitively all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has like all those quests in there where you can just kind of
Right.
like focus on those and play that way if you want, and then you can also you know try and win and everything. But like if you're just trying to like knock out quests, you can just kind of just do that and just mess around and have just like a goofy time instead of just being like gotta be super hyper focused and competitive, which is like a lot of other BR games kind of fall into that kind of territory, which
Right.
makes it a lot easier to kind of burn out on those than compared to, you know, games where you can take a more casual approach to it.
I mean, at one point we were just like driving around.
we were just waiting for people to die, just driving around the small
Yeah.
circle, just like brrr, having our little Sunday drive in a taxi.
Yep. Well, that's what I mean. We did that for a good few minutes until it was
We
like
really, yeah.
we ran out of gas or something like that,
Hmm.
or the storm was coming in. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe a mixture of both.
I think it was a mixture of both, but yeah,
It was fun though.
um, it was a good time. Yeah. This is a weird game. I think that's the key thing to talk about with this in terms of like, you know, it is very much incredibly popular, even still like 5 years after it launched and everything.
Has it really been
Um,
5 years?
hmm
Time isn't real.
Yeah.
Wow.
The BR launched in September 2017.
Wow.
Just yeah, which basically was just like them kind of just making a BR mode for original Fortnite, which original Fortnite's not the BR game.
What is it?
It's like it's like a PvE game
Huh.
with building and all that sort of stuff.
Huh.
And they made this in because of the popularity of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
PUBG.
Yeah, they made this and then it just blew up in a way that like they kind of still work on the save the world stuff, but like really it's mostly just BR that they really put all their work into.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. Like this game, like I said, it's weird because of like all the weird third party products and like promotions and collaborations that they do with this game and everything. Like I still think like the best way to describe this is something I heard on Twitter is that like just think of this game as like action figures. It's like you're just going into a giant toy store and there's all these action figures on the wall, and you could just pick and choose what you want, and you get to play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's basically what this game is. Like, do you want to see like the Master Chief, um, Darth Vader, Spider-Man, Chris Redfield, Chun-Li, Indiana Jones, Naruto. There's like random soccer players on the store right now as well.
Yep.
Bruno Mars, Ariana Grande.
What the
Just so
heck?
many random things that like, you just find in the game that people could be playing as.
What the
Like,
heck?
it's bonkers.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's the way to describe it. It's just the heck.
I mean, like when I first joined the lobby that you set up, you were Chun-Li and you were dancing to Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, this is my experience with this game. And then like it was great seeing you like play some arcade games.
Mm-hmm.
We were in like one of the waiting rooms and this guy was trying to murder you while you were playing the games. And I was just like bonking him in the head as Indiana Jones to protect you.
Yep.
He's like, all right, well, this is how do you describe what happened there to like somebody who doesn't understand this? Like, yes, Jared was as Chun-Li from Street Fighter, playing, I don't know, Pac-Man or something like that. And meanwhile, this guy came up and was trying to shoot him. And so I, as Indiana Jones, walked up to him and just repeatedly beat him in the head with an artifact.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a nice little summary of this game.
Like I said, it's action figures.
It is.
You got your bundle of action figures, and you're just playing with them and doing dumb stuff, making them dance to "Never Gonna Give You Up."
That was good.
Doing all sorts of weird things like that. It's yeah. It's such a bonkers game, and it just keeps growing and growing, and just gets even more bonkers and bonkers as like as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
As like they just add more random stuff into it.
Put Chica
in there, yeah.
put Chica in Fortnite.
Let her dance.
Let her dance and
shoot people.
And shoot people. Chica would love it. You know who would
Really
actually
good.
like it out of Sunshine?
Tell me.
I think that if one character in Love Live Sunshine would be a huge fan of Fortnite, it would be Mari.
Yeah, because she would just spend money on it.
Well, she would spend money, but she would just like love the absurdity of it and would just like go around and like.
She would get real into like Fortnite memes and just send them to Daya and Kanan.
Yeah.
And they'd just be like, Mari, why?
I honest to God, like that's what I think it would be Mari.
She's gonna do a cover of the Chug Jug song.
Which I still don't know what that is.
You wouldn't know what it is because it's not like I think in like the sphere that you would go into. It's very much like a younger demographic meme. Obviously, because it's a Fortnite meme, but yeah.
So how did you know it, and how did Iris?
I learned about it from VTubers.
VTubers?
Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever heard this song proper. I just know like I've heard it quoted before, and then I saw it in the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, and I was just like, what?
Amazing. Yeah, you had to point that out because I was like, oh, that's a line. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, it's a Fortnite ref. Now you know.
Now I know.
Because you're a Fortnite gamer.
One thing that I do want to point out about this game, is the menus are super confusing.
Yeah.
So it's really inaccessible for like somebody coming in without somebody to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Because even with somebody to help me, I was like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't understand any of these menus and what's the shenanigans. Like you had to tell me to even like go on there and add the sound thing. And like I still don't know what all of the tabs do. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes more sense to people who play these games.
Probably, I would assume it does. Like that's probably just the thing you understand as like if you've played BR games or free to play games like these.
Am I an old person?
On the regular? You are an old person. I'm sorry to say.
When did I become old?
5 years ago.
I was 29.
Yeah.
Wow.
Old lady owl.
But are you old too?
No, because I'm hip with the kids. I play Fortnite.
I mean, I played Fortnite today.
Now you're hip with the kids.
Woo.
You can start flossing on the regular.
I do floss on the regular. I floss
Not with
twice a
not
day.
no. Other flossing.
I had to make the joke.
I
I had
know.
to.
Um, I think it is also important to say that like this game is not without all of its controversies, which there's been a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
Like them getting sued for stealing people's dances as emotes and all that sort of stuff. The whole thing they had with Apple, which I mean I feel like that's a lose-lose situation on both ends, probably.
Yeah.
All that was a thing. The predatory nature of it you could think of in terms of like how it's marketed to kids and everything, and how like they want them to buy microtransactions and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously going to be a lot of bad things that are involved with this game, and that's just like the nature of a lot of free to play games in general. But like obviously this game in particular is going to have more of that because it is the biggest one of them all, and they've also just done a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with I guess past coworker now, that he has a 6 or 7 year old son who is like really wanting to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking me about like whether it's appropriate for him and all that jazz. And I was like, well, technically, if you want to play it, you could just play it and you determine if it's appropriate for him or not. He's like, oh, I could play this. I was like, oh God, I probably have made my coworker just become addicted to Fortnite. But he was trying to figure out if his son would be okay with that game. I'm like, I don't know what 6-year-olds what's appropriate for them.
I feel like the thing you have to look out for, especially with like younger kids, is like Roblox is the one that's real bad.
Well, he plays that right now.
That's the one that's super egregious, and like they do a lot of real shady stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, maybe that's why he's trying to get him out of Roblox, is because of that. But I don't know if Fortnite is the right move there.
Not necessarily the biggest, the best path out of that situation, to be fair.
Oof. So I'm curious. What got you into Fortnite? Because you haven't played it for very long, but like you just kind of like started playing it out of the blue, and I was like, all right, Jared plays Fortnite now.
Yeah, like I played it initially when it came out, for like a little bit, but didn't play a whole lot of it. Didn't really get into it, and then kind of dropped it for a good 5 years. They had that Naruto collaboration for the first time, and I was like,
oh, right.
I want to get this because this is real dumb.
Right.
So I got that and played a little bit of it, and then essentially I'd been also playing Apex with friends, and kind of just got burnt out on that game because like the loop on that game is a lot more like serious and just like more competitive than this is per se. So like I kind of had gotten burnt out on that and still kind of had the BR itch, and I was just like, oh, I still have Fortnite. I could play a little bit of that and see how it is. And like I got into it like around when like the first part of Chapter 3 came out, that was like last December, and just started playing it and just had a good time with it, and just was enjoying like the more casual nature of it, being able to just like play on my own and just do whatever and like all that. And then like last season they took out the building, so like you could have like either building or not building, and I was like, okay, this is even better. I don't have to worry about building anymore. This is great. So like all of that happened, and just like I've just been able to keep up with it because like it's just easy to kind of like play, get your dailies and do all that and just casually play. Like I do a lot of it playing it like at night in bed, just like playing a little bit, getting some like quests done, and then just like going on and doing something else. So it's just real casual, and it's a real easy way to kind of just do that, especially like the solo queues are much more casual than like the more like the duos, trios, and squads, obviously, because like the more hardcore players are going to be in those rather than solo queues. So it's easy. I can just have a casual good time if I want to play, like, if I actually want to try and play for it, I can do that. If I just want to be like, I just want to get some XP to get for this battle pass, get some of these cosmetics and work towards that stuff, I can just do that as well. It's easy, it's chill. I think that's the big thing that really helped me, is that, like, I just was able to have, like, a nice casual chill time with it in a way that, like, other BR games, it's a lot harder to do. And also just, like, all the weird collaborations they do is also kind of just, like, icing on the cake, because you just see some weird
Right.
and that's always fun. But yeah, that's kind of just how I got roped into this.
I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never actually asked you, like, why did you start playing the Fortnite?
Yeah.
And I finally saw a fishing rod, like, in one of your final games today.
Yeah. We didn't do any fishing because we were basically focusing on those Indiana Jones quests, and none of those really involve fishing. So, like, had to focus on other things. But yeah,
we had to get sultry Indiana Jones.
We did. It's also just real easy to fish in that game as well.
Is it?
Yeah, you fling your line out to a fishing spot, and then you just wait for, like, the bobber to go down. And you just reel in a fish, or you'll reel in a gun.
Whoa.
And then you go about your day. You keep fishing till the fishing spot goes out, and then you move on to the next one.
Oh, man.
Wishing I was fishing.
Wishing I was fishing. God. It's going to be wild. You're going to have to protect me so hard when I fish.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know. And you'll just be like, I jumped out of the bus too early again. I'm sorry.
I did. I couldn't judge.
I mean, it does take a while to learn how to, like, judge how, like, when's the best time to jump in terms of, like, how far you are away from something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something you would learn as, like, you would have played BR games.
Right.
And since you don't have that knowledge, it's going to be much harder for you to gauge that and understand it and everything. So, yeah. It makes sense why you were, like, very trigger happy to jump.
One time where I was so far away, I was like, help me.
The best part is you came running at me and you're like, they're shooting me. And I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll come get you and take care of these guys. And that's what I did.
I didn't have anything. I didn't know what to do.
You're just running. You're like,
I was using the Joestar technique.
You did. You did it very well. And I'm just like, all right, here we go.
Perfect.
It was a fun time playing with you.
It was fun. It was very fun. I would do it again, but only with you. I would not really like.
No, we're gonna become Fortnite pros.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we're gonna go pro.
Okay.
We're gonna start doing the whatchamacallit, what are they called? There's a specific word for it. They have, like, little, like, in-game, like, tournaments or, like, little things like that you can do. It's like, oh, finish up high enough, you'll acquire points and you can win things, like that sort of thing.
Like a in-game esports thing?
Yeah, kind of. Like, they're not, like, super competitive, but, like, they are, like, a little thing like, oh, do you want to do, like, some competitive stuff type of deal? That's the thing, but also, like, they actually have, like, actual esports stuff. Esports. Just think, if we were in high school or college, we could get sponsored.
Whoa.
Be Fortnite players.
Oh my god.
Do dances.
Oh my god. I mean, I work at a university. Does that count?
No.
I mean,
I so.
I in the future will work for a university again. We'll put it that way.
Well, now that you've played Fortnite, I think you can go read the Batman Fortnite crossover comics.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like how you act surprised that that's a thing.
I'm just like, what is the plot there?
I think it's like a mixture of, like, of Batman and also, like, the Fortnite story. I'm guessing because it has, like, the same
story?
name. There is story to it. Do I care about it? Not a chance. But yeah, there is story to Fortnite. They have lore. That's why The Rock's in the game.
Is he part of the lore?
He's a part of the lore, yeah.
What?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Doy The Rock Johnson. Not to be confused with Dick the Johnson.
Oh my. Or Doy.
Doy.
Doy the Rock Johnson.
Doy The Rock Johnson. But yes, that's a thing. Anyways, Fortnite's weird.
Yeah, it is.
I think is that the takeaway you get from this? Is that Fortnite is weird?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Is it more or less weird than when before you had played it?
I think it's more weird now that I've played it because
sense.
I now I have the confusion of like, oh God, there's so much stuff that I would have to figure out when I'm playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, memes and collaborations and blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
more weird, but it's still weird.
Yeah, that tracks. That very much tracks. I think that's going to wrap this episode up unless you have anything else you would like to talk about with regards to the Fortnite.
I think I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm glad you got to experience this wild shenanigans that is the Fortnite.
Sure was
and
a
also
thing.
that you got sultry Indiana Jones
I'm so happy about that.
to be able to fish with.
So happy about that.
It's very nice.
Yay. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome, buddy. Always here to help. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this week's episode for realsies this time. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early, and a whole wealth of bonus content as well. Next week, we're going to be doing something
Yep.
else. I don't know.
I don't
Who
either.
knows? We'll figure it out, though.